Okay, Tribesters, I want to give you an update on the status of the upcoming litter. We are approaching the middle of June. She will be 30 days in. The middle of July, they will be getting born. We are taking deposits. And for those of you waiting for a refund, it's due soon. Yes, I have received 2 deposits. I also have had no income come in prior to that. So these deposits are just covering what I need to cover. The next 2 deposits will be coming to help return some funds to some of you that are waiting. So I appreciate your patience, but it is coming. It is coming. Those of you that are sitting on the fence about getting a puppy at this time, I'm just letting you know that Dobruski Dobermans will not be breeding in the United States after these 2 litters. There are certainly some puppies that are here. Someone may want to breed down the road. But myself, we won't be breeding anything. So if you want a Dobruski Doberman, now's your chance. There's 20 deposits being taken for the next 2 litters, where we'll have probably 24 puppies or so. So that is the update there. I am keeping a red female myself. I'm also keeping a red male, if in fact we do have one. I do have a deposit for a red male. She'll have priority over that. And I do have 2 deposits for black males, both of which have been in the archives for a while, and recently got another deposit just about a week ago, and I'm due to get another one today. So those of you that are waiting, please understand I will be refunding you as soon as I can allocate the funds to do so. So we have a red spoken for in this litter, and we have 2 reds spoken for. We generally have 2 or 3. The next litter, we don't have any deposits for reds. So if you're interested in a red, Gertie's litter would be the one to put a red deposit on now, because she will have reds. I'm breeding her to Luther as well. And so that is going to be like 6 weeks later. Phoebe is going to have her litter first, and then Gertie will be close behind, either a month or 2 months behind. So that's what's going on here. And for those of you that like my TED Talks, as it were, my Diva Rants, give me a list of some topics that you would like to hear me rant on, that you feel is, I don't know, maybe you need more education and you just need me to rant about it. So let me know, because I'm happy to do that. Stock up on dog food. The situation in the other side of the world right now is escalating. It's not getting better. So those of you that are not paying attention and you think that somehow everything's going to be fine, it's not. Gas prices are going to skyrocket, $150 a barrel. So those of you that care about your community, now's the time to get involved in a community, because prices of things are going to be astronomical. Beef prices are going to be astronomical next year. A farmer on TikTok said calves normally sell $200 to $300 for a calf, a weanling. They're $2,200, folks. Okay, Mr. Global on TikTok, the one oil and gas expert out there that's actually telling the truth, it's going to get worse in the next 6 months, 6 to 9 months. And so 2027 is when you should have a garden ready. You should have some chickens. This is what happened in World War II. We've survived that kind of austerity, but this is much worse. So those of you that have dogs and are thinking about getting a dog, now's a good time to stock up on dog food that's 40, 50, 60%. Put it in a container and keep it dry. This is not a joke. This is not funny. This is not me being a doomsdayer, spreading fear and hate. No, this is called being awake and paying attention to what's going on in the world and not listening to what the current administration's propaganda is saying about what's going on in the world. I mean, this is why I'm leaving this country. I'm leaving because of what's going on in this country. And your utility bills are going to be skyrocketing. The data center issues is a big deal. And so shit's happening, people. Be awake. Be advised. And if you're defensive about this kind of information, I highly suggest you ask yourself why. Why would you push back on somebody who's just trying to say, hey, plant a garden, do something productive, do something proactive? Because most of us are pretty much paycheck to paycheck. I know I am, and I know some of you are too. So if you actually are concerned about those things, then now's the time to be preparing for what's coming, which is what I'm doing, because it's coming. It's going to be much worse than COVID, much worse. And it's going to start hitting us by 2027. So later this year, there's very much possibility of a false flag. Okay, there's rumblings and talk of a false flag, another 9/11 happening in this country. So you can laugh, you can have a hissy fit over it, but you could also pay attention and be prepared and be supportive of your community, your family, the people that are close to you, because it's not the same world. We're not living in the same world. It's never going to go back to what it was a few years ago. It's not. Prices of everything are going to be vastly more expensive. Vastly more expensive. So people in my community, tribe members that follow me, don't put your head in the sand and just think that, oh, the next election is going to fix everything, because there's very possibly going to be a false flag for that election because the current administration doesn't want to lose power. So there's that. And there's people fleeing the country, billionaires fleeing the country. Why are they fleeing the country? Why are billionaires building bunkers? I don't know. We're just common folk over here. But some of us should be paying better attention.